Good morning, sir. Before I start, I'd like to emphasize on the COVID protocol, such as the wearing of face mask and applying of alcohol. After doing so, I can now proceed to interact with my patient. Hello, good morning, ma'am. I'm Eka Mandano. I'm your physical therapist for today. How are you? Alright, that's good to hear. For verification purposes, can you state your name and birthday, ma'am? Okay, so for today, ma'am, what we're going to do is we'll be doing the Roods approach techniques, where this is composed of two types of technique, which are facilitatory, which is further divided to cutaneous and proprioceptive and inhibitory. So we will use this to stimulate your nerve functions, which will help in regulating your motor fascia. So this activity will require me to touch you. Would that be alright, ma'am? Alright, thank you for that. So now we'll start first with the facilitatory technique. Facilitation technique that I'll be using right now under cutaneous would be light moving touch. I would use my fingers. So my target area would be on the left side of your face from the ankle of your mouth across your cheek. So this will be done for 5 times with 30 seconds of rest. So this will help me in facilitating motor function by causing co-contraction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and with 30 seconds of rest. I would be the fast brushing. So for this, I'd like you to lie on your back. And I have here a brush that I'll be using on your left arm. So I'm going to perform 5 quick strokes with the same thing, 30 seconds of rest. So this technique will help me increase the response time and helps in motor function. So okay, again, 5 quick strokes with 30 seconds of rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 30 seconds of rest. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 30 seconds of rest. The next technique, ma'am, will be the A-icing, which will stimulate your delta fiber muscles. So assuming mauni ang icer, so this is usually contraindicated in CVD patients, but for the sake of demonstrations, I'll be doing it. So I'm going to target the area that I targeted a while ago, which is your brachyradialis right over here. So I'm going to do 3 quick swipes of the eyes, and I'm going to blot it with paper. So this is how it goes. 1, 2, 3, then blot with paper, then 1, 2, 3, again, then blot with paper. So this technique will be repeated for 5 times. It's a C icing technique, which will stimulate your C fiber muscles, and this will help in platonic postural responses. So I would like you to lie down on your stomach. So patient will be placed in a prone position. So okay, ma'am, I'm going to be putting ice in the middle of your back, right over here. So I'm only going to apply this for 3 seconds, and then the rest, and we're going to repeat it for 3 to 5 times. Alright? So okay, 1, 2, 3, rest, and then 1, 2, 3, and rest.
Now proceed with the proprioceptive technique. So first off, the heavy joint compression or the approximation technique. So for this technique, I would like you to assume in a high plank position. So patient will be in prone position, so more than me. And I'm going to be applying 3 to 5 compression on the chosen joint. So for this, I'll be demonstrating it on the shoulder joint to increase its stability as well. So I'll be positioned here posterior lateral to the patient. So and then I'm going to provide manual resistance and then rest after. So it goes like this. Right here, 1, 2, and 3, and then rest. And then 1, 2, and 3, and then rest. So this is going to be repeated for 5 repetitions.
Okay, ma'am, so what we'll do next is the vibration technique. So assuming this is an electrical stimulator, so I'm going to be targeting your brachyradialis muscle on your left arm, which is right over here. So basically what I will do is I'll be applying this vibrator on the belly of your muscle right here, and I'm going to be using a high frequency to be able to stimulate your reflexes and as well as improve your reflex, which is really useful in motor function. So with this, again, I'll be applying this on the belly of the muscle in a full 1 minute. So it goes like this, and then done.
So what we'll be doing next is the resistance under proprioceptive. So this will help in increasing the strength and to establish co-contraction of your muscle. So for this, it will be targeting your brachyradialis muscle. So that's right over here. So still the action of this muscle is to bend the elbow and or the forearm. So I'd like you to bend your forearm like this, miss. Assuming my patient can do the action. So like that. And then I'll be putting manual resistance, and I'd like you to resist my action. Alright? So can you please bend your elbow and then try to resist my action. Okay? And then bend your elbow and try to resist my action. Okay, so for this activity is we'll be doing this with minimal resistance and gradually increase to maximal resistance as you can tolerate, okay?
For the next technique, ma'am, would be the quick stretch technique. So it's the same thing from the technique that we did a while ago. So I'd like you to bend your forearm. Okay, again, we'll be targeting your brachyradialis muscle right here. So I'm going to be tapping that for 3 times quickly while you're doing the action, alright? So can you please do the action for me, ma'am? So please bend your forearm, and then 1, 2, 3. Again, do the action, then 1, 2, 3. So we'll be doing this for 5 repetitions or until you reach your desired repetitions.
This activity would be the intrinsic stretch, sir. So I'd like you to lie on your belly, so like this, with your elbows propped So basically, sir, patient will be in prone position with more nakaprop ang iyang elbow. So assuming my patient can do the action, so I'll be putting towels under the ulnar side of the patient, so I'll be able to target the ulnar area to where the weight bearing should happen. So I'll be giving the patient something to grasp while she is in the prone position. So okay, ma'am, are you comfortable with your position? Alright, okay, that's good to hear. So can you please grasp the bottle with both of your hands? So were you able to do that, ma'am? Okay, so okay, you may now sit down. So this technique, ma'am, will help in promoting the stability of the scapulohumeral region. So basically, it would help increasing the stability in your upper extremity or sa imong upper arms. Alright. Next, miss, is we have the secondary and then stretch technique. So what you'll do, miss, is you'll be lying on your back like this. So while lying on your back, I want you to raise your arm on this side like this. So para you can roll onto the other side So while you're rolling, ma'am, is I'll be applying manual resistance opposite to the direction that you're rolling to, alright? So I want you to resist the force that I'll be applying. So okay, can you please roll onto that side while I apply resistance? Okay, good. Okay, resist. Okay, again. Okay, can you please do the action again? Resist my action. Alright, so for this, in doing this, I'll have to check for the patient's tolerance to gravity, minimal resistance, and to maximal resistance. So this will serve as a feedback to the patient on what he or she should improve on when doing the action. So overall, this will improve strength, which is really important in motor function. Technique would be the stretch pressure technique. So for this technique, I'll be targeting your proximal biceps tendon. So that's right over here. So with my two fingers, my index finger and my middle finger, I'm going to press down on the area that I said earlier, right here. So while keeping my thumbs away as well. So okay, ma'am, do you feel that? Are you comfortable? Okay, so I'm going to be applying it for a little while longer. So okay, ma'am, do you still feel comfortable? Okay, so in this, I'll be putting minimal pressure. Is that okay, ma'am? Okay, and then I'm going to be applying it again. And then I'm going to remove my fingers to let you rest for a while. And then repeat it and gradually again increase pressure as tolerated by the patient. Okay.
Okay, miss, for the next technique is we have the tapping techniques. It's the same thing as earlier. We're going to be targeting your brachioradialis muscle, muscle belly, so that's right over here. And again, same thing, you're going to be doing the action that I taught you earlier, so that's bending your forearm. And while you're doing the action is I'm going to be giving you 5 quick taps. So can you please do the action for me? Okay, that's good. Bend your forearm, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then relax and bend your forearm again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to be doing this activity for 5 repetitions. Okay.
The next technique, miss, is we have the vestibular stimulation. So this will help in eliciting some cortical responses for the patient. So okay, ma'am, I want you to assume to lie on your back. I'm going to be asking the patient to assume a supine position, sir, and I'll be positioned on the head part of the patient. So in this, I'll be targeting the sagittal plane of motion. So that's the flexion and extension motions of the neck. So I'm going to be putting one hand on the occiput area and one hand for stabilization. So this is how it goes. Assuming naka-placer akong hand placements akong i-flex and i-extend ang head ni patient, flex and extend the head of the patient for a couple of times. So it's important to take note that while doing this activity is that the patient is able to tolerate it and did not feel any dizziness or any uncomfortable feeling while doing the activity. And if ever this happens, immediately stop the activity. Technique is we have the inversion technique. So in this, I'm going to be putting you in a Trendelenburg position. So this is where your feet will be higher than your head, so which will help promote anti-gravity responses of your muscles. So in this, sir, assuming my hand is a plinth, I'm going to be putting the patient in this position, in a knee. And then I'll be strapping the patient onto the plinth para to secure her safety, and then I'll be asking the patient if she is comfortable. So, okay, ma'am, are you comfortable with your position? Okay, so I'm going to be slowly raising the plinth in a 60-degree angle. So tell me if you feel uncomfortable in any way. Okay, so I'm going to raise her the plinth, and then I'm going to have the patient give me feedback if she feels dizzy or any uncomfortable sensations while in this position. So, okay, ma'am, do you feel anything or are you still comfortable with your position? Alright, that's good to hear. So in this activity, the patient will be put in this position for 30 seconds. Okay, miss, for the last facilitation technique, this is what we call the osteopressure. So I'm going to locate a bony prominence. So let's say in the upper extremity or sa imong arms is we have the ulnar head. So that's part of the wrist. So that's right over here. So I'm going to be providing pressure with my thumb for 5 seconds and then release it right after. So I'm going to be doing it on myself. So apply pressure for 5 seconds and then release after. So I'm going to be doing this bilaterally, same with other techniques. And yeah, this activity will help in facilitating motor responses on the areas on muscle involved. Technique, miss, would be the neutral warm. So I have here a warm blanket, and I will have the patient lie down on this blanket. So what I'll do is I'll be targeting the patient's whole body. So it goes like this. So I'm going to be putting the blanket here and have the patient lie on supine position on top of the blanket. So I'm going to wrap the patient with this blanket. So I'll have to make sure that the patient is in a comfortably warm position. So yeah, are you comfortable with the position that you're in right now, ma'am? Okay, yes, that's good to hear. So I'm going to be wrapping the patient for a good 15 minutes, which will help in activating parasympathetic responses, which will help in motor function as well. Okay, so for the next technique, miss, is we have the gentle shaking. So what I want you to do here is I want you to lie down on your back with your head near me. So it goes like this. So what I'm going to do is going to put one hand on the occiput area, so that's stabilization on your forehead. Okay, so basically what I will do here, sir, is I will gently circumvent the head and the neck of the patient. Ilibot-libot na siya, sir, assuming my patient is able to perform the action. So while doing so, I have to make sure that the patient is able to tolerate it and did not elicit any uncomfortable sensations. So if ever the patient does get dizzy, I have to immediately stop the activity. So this activity will help in relaxing the muscles in the area, especially if the muscles are spastic. And yes, I'll be doing this for 5 times with rests in between. Is we have the slow stroking technique. So for this technique, this will help in decreasing muscle tone, especially in spastic muscles. So this involves the dorsal distribution of the posterior rami of the spine. So that's right over here. So basically what I will have you do is I would like you to lie down on your stomach. So right here. So basically what I will do with the use of my fingers is I'll be stroking from the occiput, the area right here, and into the coccyx right here. So this is how it goes, like that. So I'm just gonna do this for a couple of times. And again, the purpose of this is to decrease the muscle tone, especially in spastic muscles. It's the light chain compression or approximation technique. So in this technique, it's almost the same thing as earlier, but in this technique, the weight of the compression that I'll be putting on you should be equal or less than to your weight bearing capacity. So this is to avoid spasticity of the muscle. So in this, again, activity, I'd like you to assume a high plank position. So it goes like this, sir. Assuming a high plank patient. So in this position, I will be providing minimal resistance while making sure that I don't exceed to the required resistance and that the patient is able to tolerate the pressure. So again, I put the patient in this position so I am able to target the shoulder, to put the shoulder in a weight-bearing position right here. So that would be it for this.
So for the next technique, miss, is we have the tendinous pressure. So for this activity, I'm going to be targeting the proximal biceps tendon. So that's right over here. So I'm going to be using my thumb to put pressure on the biceps tendon for 20 seconds. And I'm going to have you rest in between for 5 seconds. And yeah, we'll be continuing this until we reach 2 to 3 minutes of this activity. Alright, so I'm going to be applying pressure right now. Okay, do you feel comfortable, ma'am? Okay, so this will last for about 20 seconds and yeah, again 5 seconds rest in between until we reach 2 to 3 minutes. So our last inhibition technique, so we have the maintain stretch miss. So for this, the muscle that I'll be targeting is again the brachioradialis muscle. So that's right over here in your forearm. So what I want you to do is I'm gonna ask you to put it in front of me. I'm going to target the muscle by flexing your wrist. So it goes like this, sir. So for this, I'm gonna be asking the patient if she feels comfortable. So are you comfortable with it, ma'am? Okay, so in this position, I am able to elongate the brachioradialis in and out, which will help in stretching the muscles by releasing stress and as well as reduce spasticity and fatigue. So I'm gonna be holding this position for 30 seconds to promote, again, accommodation and relaxation of the muscle. So that would be it, sir, for the Roods technique. And yeah, I let the patient go, and I'd like to emphasize that I performed aftercare and took the patient's vital signs before and after letting the patient leave and perform the interventions to determine whether patient is physically fit to proceed and to leave the clinic as well. So yeah, that would be it for the Roods worksheet.